Why are Finland's schools have the most successful education system in the world? No standardized tests, no private schools, no stress. Finland's education system is consistently ranked best in the world. Many people are familiar with the stereotype of the hard-working, rote memorization, myopic tunnel vision of Eastern Asian study, and work ethics. Many of these countries, like China, Singapore, and Japan amongst others, routinely rank in the #1 spot in both math and science. Finland is the answer, a country rich in intellectual and educational reform which has completely revolutionized their educational system. Here are 10 reasons why Finland's education system is dominating the world stage. 1. No standardized testing. What often happens is that students will learn to cram just to pass a test, and teachers will be teaching with the sole purpose of students passing a test. Learning has been thrown out of the equation. Finland has no standardized tests. Their only exception is something called the National Matriculation Exam, which is a voluntary test for students at the end of an upper secondary school, equivalent to an American high school. All children throughout Finland are graded on an individualized basis and grading system set by their teacher. Tracking overall progress is done by the Ministry of Education, which samples groups across different ranges of schools. 2. Accountability for teachers, not required. A lot of the blame goes to the teachers, and rightfully so sometimes, but in Finland, the bar is set so high for teachers, that there is often no reason to have a rigorous grading system for teachers. All teachers are required to have a master's degree before entering the profession. Teaching programs are the most rigorous and selective professional schools in the entire country. If a teacher isn't performing well, it's the individual principal's responsibility to do something about it. 3. Cooperation, not competition. Real winners do not compete. Ironically, this attitude has put them at the head of the international pack. Finland's educational system doesn't worry about artificial or arbitrary merit-based systems. There are no lists of top-performing schools or teachers. It's not an environment of competition. Instead, cooperation is the norm. 4. Make the basics a priority. Many school systems are so concerned with increasing test scores and comprehension in math and science, they tend to forget what constitutes a happy, harmonious, and healthy student and learning environment. The program that Finland put together focused on returning to the basics. They look to make the school environment a more equitable place. Since the 1980s, Finnish educators have focused on making these basics a priority. Education should be an instrument to balance out social inequality. All students receive free school meals, ease of access to health care, psychological counseling, individualized guidance. Beginning with the individual in a collective environment of equality is Finland's way. 5. Starting school at an older age. Students start school when they are 7 years old. They're given free rein or rule in the developing childhood years to not be chained to compulsory education. It's simply just a way to let a kid be a kid. There are only 9 years of compulsory school that Finnish children are required to attend. Everything past the 9th grade or at the age of 16 is optional. 6. Providing professional options past a traditional college degree. Many students don't need to go to college and get a worthless degree or struggle about trying to find purpose and suffer massive debt. Finland solves this dilemma by offering options that are equally advantageous for the student continuing their education. There is a lesser-focused dichotomy of college-educated versus trade school or working class. Both can be equally professional and fulfilling for a career. In Finland, there is the upper secondary school, which is a 3-year program that prepares students for the matriculation test that determines their acceptance into a university. Next, there is vocational education, which is a 3-year program that trains students for various careers. They have the option to take the matriculation test if they want to then apply to university. 7. Finns wake up later for less energetic school days. Waking up early, catching a bus or ride, participating in morning and after-school extracurricular are huge time sinks for a student. Add to the fact that some classes start anywhere from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and you've got sleepy, uninspired adolescents on your hands. Students in Finland usually start school anywhere from 9 o'clock till 9:45 a.m. Research has shown that early start times are harmful to students' well-being, health, and maturation. Finnish schools start the day later and usually end by 2 o'clock till 2:45 a.m. They have longer class periods and much longer breaks in between. 8. Consistent instruction from the same teachers. There are fewer teachers and students in Finnish schools. Students in Finland often have the same teacher for up to 6 years of their education. During this time, the teacher can take on the role of a mentor or even a family member. During those years, mutual trust and bonding are built so that both parties know and respect each other. Different needs and learning styles vary on an individual basis. Finnish teachers can account for this because they've figured out the students' own idiosyncratic needs. 9. A more relaxed atmosphere. Less stress, less unneeded regimentation, and more caring. Students usually only have a couple of classes a day. They have several times to eat their food, enjoy recreational activities, and generally just relax. There are 15 to 20-minute intervals where the kids can get up and stretch, grab some fresh air and decompress. Teacher rooms are set up all over Finnish schools, where they can lounge about and relax, prepare for the day or just simply socialize. Teachers are people too and need to be functional so they can operate to the best of their abilities. 10. Less homework and outside work required. According to the OECD, students in Finland have the least amount of outside work and homework than any other student in the world. They spend only half an hour a night working on stuff from school. Finnish students also don't have tutors. Finnish students are getting everything they need to get done in school without the added pressures that come with excelling at a subject. Without having to worry about grades and busy work, they can focus on the true task at hand, learning and growing as a human being.